Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak and The Bag show for Tuesday morning, July 10th. Jimmy the Bag coming off a very, very nice day in MLB. Let's just start off with that, Jimmy the Bag. Nice job. You are fighting back, clawing back. Nice job. More impressive than the units you won. More impressive than your record overall right now. Whatever it may be, is your read on those games yesterday, right? And most impressive of all, you stuck to your guns.
Stuck to the guns.
Yes, which you absolutely should do.
I don't think I need to do it 100% of the time.
Right, yes.
You give me your leans to help.
Exactly.
Not to mess with my head or anything like that. So yes, it worked out yesterday. My goal is to be single digits, down single digit units by the time All-Star break gets here. So I have 4 days, and I'm going to be very, very tight with the amount of plays I drop. And I got to get back. This was what I was the most excited about coming here. We're being on the show with you was the MLB season, and I just don't want to fuck it up.
That's the way it goes, Jimmy the Bag. If you're flipping coins, that is not likely to happen. If you have a good read on games, you will make up units in no time, Jimmy the Bag. And yesterday, great call, and other people suggested also that Liriano was going to get hit. Congrats! I was thinking maybe about taking a shot with Tampa Bay -1, but it's just the line was too high. But of course, Tampa Bay, everyone who said that Liriano was going to get hit was absolutely right. Great call on the over in Washington, Pittsburgh as well, and Philly you nailed, KC, Minnesota you nailed. Overall, a very nice day, Jimmy the Bag. My day overall wasn't that horrible, except I did the old triple up on Texas, which in the beginning of the year was what was bringing me down, and maybe we're getting back to a little bit how things went in the beginning of the year, because I lost 3.5 units on the Texas game, tripling up on a good game by Texas. If I hadn't done that, I would have been positive for the day because I had a bunch of other nice calls, but the triple up on Texas burned me. I stuck to my guns too, though, on my plays on Oakland, although there were some other people suggesting that Oakland was a good play. A lot of people were liking Houston, though, and I did have it saved my day from disaster taking Oakland -1 in the late show. If anyone caught that one, I did take that one, and I got 3 units on that one. But again, the triple up on Texas was a disaster. Washington, I broke even on that one because I had a -1 play that lost, but the second half I had, and that one cashed. But I think we can take from that game that Washington's offense, they had the team meeting, the players only meeting, and they exploded offensively for a couple of games. But looking at, now they look like a team that at least half the time, maybe more, is going to be flamed out offensively. What do you think? What do you take from the Washington result?
I think this is a time to fade them.
You think so?
I like to fade them today. I have not made any bets. I want to talk everything out before I follow through with them. But I think that they're going to get hot again at some point this year. And but right now they're a fade to me. And one of the plays, I think Minor is having a great season. But I've watched you stack unit after unit on the Red Sox at home.
Yes. I got cute. I thought, well, no, I mean, I don't know. I guess I thought that, again, I got sucked in by the line. If that had been a lower line, there's no way I would have touched it. But I saw Minor, and then I saw the lineups involved, and I saw Erod, and I saw the odds. That was the problem. That's what happened, Jimmy the Bag. I had Texas -1 in a hitter's park at +260, and I thought it was worth a shot, and it probably was. Probably wasn't worth a triple up, though. That was my mistake there.
But believing in Frankie Montas was
yes,
you got rewarded for that belief. Anna Mark has a question here. He says, morning team, as we are.
Yes, morning. We are a team.
We got Tuesday night contenders tonight. I've got a couple picks. I want to give a few plays for the fight card this weekend. Should he email them to me? Or are we going to touch on it here in this show today, or are we going to touch on it later?
Why don't we plan on it? And everyone who's watching this show right now for the first time, let's plan on it for the afternoon show. Okay. This guy, Andy Marak, gave us 14 picks in a UFC last week. His average line was a small dog line. 9-5. He had a few losers, a few more winners than he had losers, and overall really impressed us with his breakdowns. Went 9-5 with a dog line yesterday with dog lines. In fact, I have his actual official plays here. Let me just bring that one up. Let me just bring up his official plays here. Yes, Andy Marak, we would very, very much appreciate you to just email the plays to Jim, and we will have a separate segment specifically dedicated for it in the evening show, and hopefully you can give us more winners, although what we're really looking for is just interesting analysis, great stuff to talk about, and hopefully the winners come. You definitely impressed us with your, as I said before, Anna Marak's picks were graded. I said he just impressed us with his analysis, right?
To me, it's analysis, sure. Like, I'm not a big UFC guy. To me, it's his passion.
Yes.
He cares so much about it, and that stuff that's electric. Everybody just jumps on board when you're around that kind of passion and excitement.
Right.
I love the guy.
Sorry, he gave us 15 picks, and they went 9-6, average line of plus 107, plus 5.1 units. It's so good. I wish I had sent it in to make a graphic on it, but obviously that's still a small sample size, but very, very impressive. Those are all uncorrelated plays, obviously, and very impressive. So we will get Andy Marak's MMA plays for the Contender Series tonight. Just one event, and we'll see what he has to say about it. Again, those small events, though, the market is relatively small. The lines move a lot, as we know, and as we know, if you know what you're talking about, if you know what to look for, like King Rail in the Summer League, Andy Marak with the Contender Series, there can definitely be big and confident edges. And look what he did. I'm just looking over what he did yesterday. Modafferi, that was an underdog. He had a bunch of underdog calls, including Cormier at plus 200. That was one of his calls. I had the over in that one, which in retrospect I don't regret. I don't think it was necessarily my analysis. I think was okay on that one. But it obviously lost, and Cormier obviously was a side with value, as many people suggested. So I love MMA. He had Caceres, Roundtree, a lot of underdogs that he had as winners. Also not afraid to take a favorite. He had Pena at minus 360. That was a winner. So we'll see what he has to tell us. We'll do that this evening. How about that, Jim?
That sounds perfect.
Sounds awesome.
That sounds perfect. Russell Sines says, rarely comment, but watch religiously.
God, Russell Sines. Shout out to you, Russell Sines. Thanks so much. I love comments like that. I knew it. People are always trying to say, like, all right, some people say they love this show, but there's not that many people who comment. And I'm always thinking to myself, I bet you there's way more people who don't comment but watch religiously. And now we have some evidence of that. Thank you so
Russell
much.
Sines.
That's like when people are like, I bet you aliens are out there. And then there's a UFO sighting, and then they're like, yeah, I knew it. And there you go, Russell Sines. We have a sighting of a guy who doesn't comment but watches religiously. I'm feeling pretty good, huh, Jim?
Yeah, man.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
huh?
man. Let's get to work.
Yes, absolutely. I'm unfortunately I'm in that mode where it's like I lost 20 units over 3 days from Thursday to Friday. But yesterday I only lost 1.5 units, so I'm feeling pretty good, Jim.
Your record is very good.
Yes,
still.
absolutely. All right, let's.
And I haven't seen mine in a while.
Yeah, we'll throw up the record. Let's quickly get to some comments first, and but because it's always important to review what did you learn yesterday. Also, the people who are saying that Casey was a good underdog yesterday, I think in retrospect were right. I said that I liked Casey -1, which was a loser as a big dog line. I also said that Casey on the first half was a lean as a big dog, and that one actually cashed. So I almost had a winner on that one. So it was definitely an interesting day. And of course, Jimmy the Bag had some nice calls. In the end, the Milwaukee-Miami game, which saw early huge action on Miami and then late action on Milwaukee, was inconclusive. It went to extra innings, and of course the Milwaukee bullpen, which is usually very good, blew the game. So I think in retrospect it was relatively inconclusive, but Jim's call on the first half under, which cashed, was the right call. My leans, which were actually second half under and the full game under, would have split. So I'd
like to give a quick shout out to my man Big Dick Donnie.
Oh shit.
Big Dick Donnie, I went on his Twitter feed. He's been putting out videos, part of the Low Bag fam. Keep those videos coming, and great work, Big Dick Donnie.
Absolutely. All right, so let's quickly get to some early comments, and then we'll get into MLB. Brian Cox says, so nobody likes France. Brian Cox, we discussed this yesterday. We have a segment in it in this show. We'll talk about it. Yes, I like France. I made France as a winner to win on the three-way as one of my official picks. I did get, of course, a lot of pushback on that one, but I do like France, Brian Cox, and that is an official pick from me. Oh, Eric Swiatek says I'm freaking France to qualify at -125. Brian Cox says I don't trust FIFA. Yes, I know they are more corrupt than any other organization out there, except for the Russian Tennis Federation.
Mark Lathrop has joined us.
Shout out to Mark Lathrop. Thank you so much. I'll be interested to hear what Mark Lathrop had to say about a bunch of the interesting games today on MLB.
He says, "Oh man, I missed you guys. We missed you."
Lathrop. I'm telling you, in MLB today, I'm starting to not trust my current reads. I'm thinking that there's a lot of the favorites that I'm thinking about going on today. We will talk about that in a second. Let's see. Let's just help me scan these comments, Jim, for possible handicapping comments that you might want to shout out here. Kobe Valentine, strong leans on Toronto. Okay. Money line, Oakland +1.5, and money line, and Arizona on the money line. Okay. Toronto, Oakland, and Arizona. Interesting. I was thinking that's one of the favorites. I was thinking maybe Houston would be a play today. We will talk about that one. Let me see. Toronto. Who's Toronto playing? That's right, at Atlanta with Stroman. That's an interesting game. We'll talk about that one. And then the Arizona game, wow, which has already taken a huge move in Arizona's favor. It opened as a a plus 110 dog. Now it's almost even. So a 15-cent move in favor of Arizona, and Kobe Valentine liking Arizona minus 1.5. And the money line, Vitalis likes the Angels at minus 116 and San Francisco. Those are, let me see, the Angels of West Coast game, which I didn't look at.
Looking at Leak's numbers against these Angels, they're terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I was thinking when I had him at home in this matchup last week. I guess I just didn't study the numbers well enough because, my goodness, he seems very susceptible. I just don't know what Richards is going to do. I look forward to breaking down this card. I found it a difficult card.
We just have to get to these comments here. Martin Muerte says, I can't believe the Astros yesterday. I can. I know. I thought that I saw it clearly. Oakland was probably a play with value, and we'll talk about it today. Again, I'm thinking that Verlander might have a good start, another good start, and we'll talk about that one.
Nostra was also on the A's. Both you guys were on the A's.
Nice. Nick Dial says, sitting on the beach today, enjoying the show. By the way, I told you to take the Astros under yesterday. LOL. Yes, I was leaning that way as well. Kobe Valentine says, Pete, loan Jimmy your Yankees jersey from last year. Maybe. I mean, Jimmy is on a small little positive run, multi-day positive run here. Maybe whatever his clothes that he's wearing right now have good enough karma in them. Let's see. Other comments. Let me see. Vitola says, after the 35 games over 500, they're just grinding, trying not to get hurt. Interesting.
Lathrop is on the Rockies minus 1.5. The Coors Field fade, very difficult today.
Yes. Let me see other comments coming in. I'm just scanning for comments, for handicapping comments that I don't want to miss. Kobe Valentine says, fade Verlander day until the All-Star break. All right, of course, Verlander did have a great start in his last start. We will talk about that one. Kobe Valentine appears to still be on the fade Verlander train, which is a train that, chugging along, sputtering along, not necessarily a speed train that some people were thinking it would be, but sputtering a little bit.
Lamont Williams comes in and says, what's up, fam? I got to take a quick break, but I'm going to tell you my plays for today. Arizona, Colorado Rockies, under 11.
Okay.
Baltimore, plus 1.5.
Okay.
Reds, plus, I believe that's 1.5, and Texas plus 1.5.
Wow, really? Okay. Well, wow, Texas. Now he's liking Texas. Okay. And then the Reds are who are they playing again?
I'm waiting for Gallardo to get destroyed. Personally.
Wow, the Reds, Romano against Bauer. All right, maybe my reads on all these games are off, but I was thinking that even at the huge lines, Cleveland and Houston would be plays at -1. But
Lathrop says like the Reds too, but didn't pull the trigger.
Okay, let's see other comments. Kobe Valentine says, like I said before, don't bet on Washington until they string some wins together. They are still in the shits. Yeah, it does appear that way. I mean, yesterday it was against Ivan Nova, right? Not one of these studs, someone who some are suspecting is putting it together with smoke and mirrors, and maybe he is, and it just exposes how unreliable Washington's offense is.
Dat Fire TV, Yankees money line, Boston money line, Twins money line.
Yankees money line, Boston money line, Twins money line. Yankees money. That's another one of the big favorites that my brain might be scrambled a little bit, but that's another big favorite that I was thinking about. Yankees money line, Boston money line, and Twins money line with Sleggers. That's another big favorite I was thinking about. We will talk about this.
I like what Sleggers has done so far. Lathrop says Oakland's won 17 of 21, and their best pitchers on the mound, and they're plus 200.
Oakland.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we will talk about that. Except that go ahead.
I think Mitchell Chagas is right. He says Gallardo's going to get destroyed today. Easy run line for Boston. I've been waiting for him to get destroyed. I've been watching you pile unit after unit with the Red Sox at home. I want to get on board. I'm going to get on board. That's going to be a play I will make on this early show.
Mitchell Chagas says Pirates tinkered with the lineup. They're also hitting, and Musgrove looks solid. All right. We're just scanning for comments. These are very, very, very important here.
Mr. Gokster says, how about the Pirates, Pete? Told you.
Very nice. Very nice. Von Polo's Toronto Blue Jays money line underdog play of the day, and Kobe Valentine says Von loved that play. Wow, Von Polo, Toronto money line play of the day, and Kobe Valentine seconds it with a "I love it" comment. Wow. All right. Well, let's talk about that. Let's jump into it. All right. If there's any comments we missed, apologize for that. We try to get as many as we can. Here we are in MLB. We'll start with Toronto, Atlanta. First, let's throw that record up there. Jimmy the Bag is impressively clawing back to 0. Of course, that unit might look impressive to first-time viewers, but regular viewers will know that I was up 50 units just a few short days ago, which obviously I am not anymore, and I got to be careful. Someone's coming in here. How can
No idea what's going on.
Were people saying it wasn't working?
But I will keep talking.
Yes.
Lamont Williams says, what about the Braves and game over?
Okay.
Braves and over, and Belgium soccer over. We're both on Belgium, France to go over 2.5, and both teams to score. My only concern is that many
thank you very
people.
much.
I don't hear anybody on the under in that game, and that's very concerning.
Okay.
But we're back in action.
Are we back in action right now? Are we back in action right now? Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
I don't know if anyone was ever not hearing you.
All right, everything's good. Everything's going great. Okay, so those are the records. The record was up. I guess I should be proud of that record. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It just feels weird that I've because if I hemorrhage 23 units and 22 units in 4 days. I could do it again, and then I'll be down to 0. All right. So let's see. All right. So. Okay. All right. Let's start in with MLB. Let's start with Toronto, Atlanta. Kobe Valentine and Von Polo both loving Toronto as an underdog here. Play of the day that concerns me. I will fully admit I was thinking Atlanta might be the play of the day. Not a play, but the play of the day, but a play. Toronto, of course, very, very up and down. Sometimes gets crushed. When he's not getting crushed, he's usually throwing 5 or 6 innings of shutout of no-hit ball. And Stroman says he's doing well. His first 2 starts back from the DL were excellent. His last start, he did get hit. Although he started out fine, it was just he faded late. I was thinking Atlanta might be the play here, but obviously I might be way wrong on that one. What do you think, Jim?
I'm not sure what to do with this game. I was very interested in hearing that everybody loved the Jays here. Tomor saying Stroman good numbers in June, but he hasn't been consistent for long. Stroman's lineup and bullpen are bad. I had Stroman in his last start against a weak hitting Mets team, and he wasn't able to seal the deal. With Stroman's ball just is a little bit elevated, it just gets destroyed. Game time temp 88 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out softly. Braves are coming off a 5-5 road trip. They're not playing very good ball right now. Stroman's numbers are terrible, but he had just allowed 1 earned run in those 2 starts off the DL through 12 innings, then got touched for 6 earned runs and 4 2/3. Blanked the Braves in 5 2/3 last season in his only career start against them, so not much sample size. 8-3 with a 2.64 ERA all time against the NL. Teheran, as Kobe was saying, a 10.00 ERA in 4 career starts, 8.05 ERA in his past 11 outings against the American League East. I like Stroman. I like Stroman, and I backed him last time. And if everybody thinks that Teheran is going to get touched, do you think there's enough of a sample size to believe that Teheran's going to get touched by these Jays? Jays have had a lot of changeover in their roster as well.
Yeah, I mean, what's up with the Jays lineup? Are they suddenly good now? I thought we were fading the Jays lineup in general.
I want to fade. I don't think they're a good baseball team, and they're going to start trading away any parts with value. But they have had some players play better than expected, and it's not a terrible offense.
Yeah, all right. Kobe Valentine quoting some nice records here. 7-1. Jays in their last 8 games after allowing 2 or fewer runs. 4-0 in their last 4 in the first game of a series, 5-1 in the last interleague games against a team with a winning record. All right, I guess I'm going to, of course, we will be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time so we can review all the games and make final picks here. But Tomor says Stroman's numbers against lefties are horrible. I don't like the matchup for him. Tehran, tough to trust at home. Kobe Valentine says Julio Tehran has allowed another 12 runs, including 3 home runs in his last 15 innings, and Toronto has feasted on Tehran, scoring a total of 12 runs in 18 head-to-head innings. All right, I was thinking that Atlanta might be the play. Obviously, Tehran is the big question mark here. You're going to need the good Tehran, not the bad Tehran. If the bad Tehran shows up, then Toronto's going to obviously be a great play and on the -1 line. So probably whoever you take in this game, it's probably worth taking a run line for some volatility, a -1 or 1.5 lines. But Anthony L says, look at Stroman's hard contact rating, and you'll see why he has a high ERA. And Sean Nelson says, I'm on the Braves today, both first 5 and full game.
Wow. And Robbie's on the same. Robbie Tagola says, I'm on Atlanta, fade Stroman.
Yeah, Dave L.A. says, I like the Braves team total over. I mean, Stroman's last start, it was terrible in the 5th inning, but before that, he was looking good again. The question is just his health. When he starts to break down, obviously, he's going to be an auto fade for as long as it takes to get him back on the DL. I'm not exactly sure what to expect from either of these starting pitchers, so I guess that does mean the dog would have some value, but Kobe loves it, Von Polo loves it, and the way this game is, this profile of this game makes me think that someone wouldn't be liking the dog here that much unless they had really, really, really good reason to. So we'll see. I guess let's move on. We talked a lot about that game. Let's move on to I don't even know where to start. How about let's talk about the Cleveland-Cincinnati game, Jim? Obviously, Trevor Bauer has been awesome, very reliable. Pitch counts don't matter for him. The line is super high, but I was thinking that after the loss with Bauer starting and Romano being who he is, I was thinking maybe about Cleveland -1 here. I would take them on the on a run line though, betting into volatility. What do you think, Jim?
Well, Twatty struck again yesterday. Reds money line, Reds reverse run line, Reds team total over. They just keep doing it. They just keep doing it. Game time temp 77 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in. Romano, big boy. I'm waiting for him to start pitching well, and maybe I'll just have to continue waiting. Last start, 5 innings, 4 runs on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks against the White Sox. But last 4 starts, 2-1 with a 3.60 ERA. Bauer is a monster this year, all-star game. 5th in the American League, 2.45 ERA. 3rd in the AL in strikeouts, 5th in innings pitched, 11.6 strikeouts per 9. Last 10 starts, 6-3, 2.05 ERA. He just looks excellent.
Yeah.
He looks excellent. In 4 career starts against Cincinnati, 4.95 ERA, but I think you can put a line through that. He's just a different pitcher this year. I don't know what to do just because I keep seeing Twatty simplifying his action, making so much money off these Reds.
And he's doing it again today despite Bauer starting?
I think he's just going to be doing it blindly. Yeah, I think he's just going to keep doing it. I mean, the dollars keep adding.
Yeah. I was definitely thinking Cleveland -1 might be a play. Other comments here. Let me see. Eric Swiatek likes the over. Tribe and Rebs are the top 2 teams to the over. Yes. I mean, the Cleveland's been a huge over trender at home. I'm not sure what the totals are though when Bauer is starting at home. But Eric Swiatek liking the over. Kobe Valentine. I don't like the Reds today. Romano should get touched, and Bauer has been on fire.
And Lathrop says Romano can't get through the lineup more than once.
Yeah. Antoine Seymour says since he looks like a good dog again today, obviously, as well as since he's been playing, and then you see that huge money line, you might think that, but I was thinking that this might be a spot to take a shot. Oh wow, Tomarino Tomor. I think the value's on Cleveland. Yes, Romano's horrible against lefties, and Bauer continues to be great. I like Cleveland first 5 innings run line, not applicable, likes Cleveland. Let me see, and Kevy K saying I'm thinking over on this one. All right, let me decide what I want to do here. Why don't we go to a game that you like, Jim, that you want to lock in?
Okay, I want to lock in the Red Sox here.
Okay.
Gallardo keeps pitching well. I mean, he does have a 5.87 ERA, but he pitches better than I expect him to. And I keep waiting for that to stop. The question is, can we believe in Hector Velasquez against this Rangers lineup? That's questionable. 90 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out, but sideways. Red Sox have won 7 straight, 12 of 14. Gallardo 2-3 with a 5.25 ERA in 7 career starts. 1-3 with a 6.12 ERA in 5 starts at Fenway. I think he gets touched here again. Velasquez looked pretty good. He was a starter in April, 2-0, 2.53 ERAs, 4-0 with a 2.83 ERA as a reliever. Hasn't lost all year. Red Sox are hitting 275 with an 820 OPS versus righties. I'm just going to take them and not worry, but I'm also going to take team total overs, I think, depending on what I can get.
All right, so which plays do you want here?
I want Red Sox -1.5.
All right, the Red Sox run line will be plus 110. We want to keep a brisk pace here. Red Sox run line plus 110, and you want any of these team totals for Boston?
I'd be curious to hear what they are.
All right, the Boston team total, right now quoting Pinnacle lines at Pinnacle, the full game, where is it? Can't find it. Where is it? Full game, Boston, 5.5 -121, and the first 5 innings, 3 -120. That's at Pinnacle right now.
Kobe says big line movement in Texas' favor. Not sure who will be in the lineup today. Whispers of people resting. Not sure. So at this point, I'll just take the run line.
Okay.
I think Gallardo gets touched.
All right, let's move on. Let's keep a brisk pace. All right, let's talk about the Oakland-Houston game. Everyone wants to talk about this one. Obviously, Manaea against Verlander. Verlander, last start, I admit I faded Verlander. That was kind of when my downward trend, I think, started to happen, and he had a great start. Someone, I forgot who it was, maybe DJ Big Boss, I don't remember who it was. Someone predicted that Verlander on his strikeouts over at 9 was a good play, and he did strike out 10 in his last start. Off an awesome start, and but he's maybe he is still a fade, especially off a good start. He's not really getting grounders. He's giving up a lot of fly balls, and then we got Sean Manaea, who's been getting good results but not getting strikeouts. Might get hit here. Of course, a few starts ago, he was on an extended run of vulnerability, and I was thinking this would be a good spot to take a shot with Houston -1 and maybe Houston team total overs as well. What do you think about that? What do we think about this one?
I think it's a tough spot. I think the A's, I don't want to get in the way of this A's train. I have futures on them, and I think that they can keep winning.
Yeah.
252, 754 OPS versus righties. Now, pales in comparison to the Astros versus lefties, 275, 798 OPS. But this is a big run they're on. And the Astros offense seems to disappear at home. They were just shut out for the 6th time this season. All the 6 shutouts have come at Minute Maid. Manaea, 3-0, 2.79 ERA in 6 starts since the beginning of June. 2-4 with a 2.54 ERA in 10 career starts against the Astros, so he's always pitched them tough. 1-1 with a 2.84 ERA in 2 starts against Houston this season. And Verlander just seems a little bit more susceptible. I don't know exactly what to do. I really want to hear what everybody else has to say.
All right.
Raul Porwando on the under. Q Peso, another Oakland plus 1.5. Astros, Scotty Rock has the over 7.5.
Yeah, I was thinking that Manaea and Verlander both might get hit. If the first 5 innings was total was 4, I would have taken it, but it's actually 4.5 at plus money. I'm going to wait to see who's in the Houston lineup, but I'm definitely leaning Houston here, and I'm definitely leaning Houston team total overs as well, 4.5, and the first half 2.5. All right.
Lathrop says A's money line a play of the day on my SBR article.
Wow.
My only worry is just about the recency bias. We've seen Athletics, on this run, and then we've seen Verlander get touched up until last start, so I'm a little concerned. I'm not going to make a play on it.
All right, let's keep a brisk pace. Why don't we talk about the Yankees game? Why not? The return of Tanaka, another huge favorite where I was thinking the Yankees -1, Houston -1, and Cleveland -1 might all be decent plays. I understand why some people were liking Baltimore here, and I feel like, Tanaka obviously is vulnerable. I'm definitely also thinking that the Yankees on the second half might be a play. Cashner might have a nice 6-inning start here, but I'm thinking the Yankees -1 might also have some value, and more so Yankees on the second half, even though that is going to be a big line here. But obviously Baltimore is just a terrible team. I did feel like that the first game in their doubleheader yesterday was a good spot for them. Didn't have the balls to pull the trigger on it, but I did talk about that one, and they did of course win. Just feels like the Yankees will have too much for them here. Obviously, Tanaka's a big question mark. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, he'd won 5 straight before heading on to the disabled list. Strained hamstrings in both legs. I mean, that's just a ridiculous. Talk about a guy who can't run the bases. 3-3 career record with 3.90 ERA in 10 starts versus Baltimore. Cashner's lost 4 straight, but he always pitches the Yankees tough. Now, it's a smaller sample size, but 2-2 with a 2.25 ERA. This is another spot that I wanted to hear what people were saying and didn't want to rush to make a decision. Kevin K says Yanks will put up plenty of runs tonight. Bompolo says Tanaka coming off the disabled list. I'm going to feed him. Baltimore money line plus 1.5. Q Peso leaning Yankees super run line here.
Okay, well, I'll make one play. It's a huge favorite line, but I'm going to take Yankees on the second half -190. When I bet it, it was actually -185, so it's getting bet up. But I'm going to take Yankees on the second half -190. Don't totally trust Tanaka here. We'll see what happens with him, but I'm going to take Yankees second half -190 as an official play. Let's see.
Scotty Rock on the over 9.5 in that game. Do you have any lean on the total?
No, not really. I mean, I do think that I would lean over. Yes, I would lean over. Lathrop says Cashner, a sinker ball pitcher with a 41% ground ball rate. That's not good. Other comments coming.
Tomore is a good one. I don't see how you can lay -200 with a pitcher off the DL. Cashner's pitching well. I think if you want to back Baltimore, the best spot will be against top teams.
Yeah, and probably on the first 5 innings as well here. So I'm taking Yankees second half -190. It's possible that Baltimore on the first 5 innings might be worth a shot, or the first 5 innings team total over, because we don't know what we're going to get from Tanaka. But when he was healthy, he was giving up a lot of home runs, but his strikeout and walk rates were pretty much in line with his career when he was doing well. So I think it's it's possible that he'll come out in here and maybe he'll wear down after a few starts, but his first start back might be decent. Don't exactly know what to get from him. All right, so let's see.
There is a play here that I'm interested in.
Okay,
I'm interested in backing Musgrove and the Pirates, but just first 5. But I want to hear what other people have to say about this. Game time, temp 82 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out over right field. It goes down until just to barely anything by the end of the game. There are thunderstorms expected early. It clears up at the end of the game. My expectation is that it might be pushed back a little bit to ensure that they don't have a break in the game. Washington's lost 2 in a row in 7 of 10. I have not believed. Every time Hellickson's pitched all year, I'm like, how is he doing this? And I know they're keeping him away from seeing a lineup the third time, but I still don't understand how he's doing it. And then he gets destroyed last start. Is that a sign of what's to come? I'm not sure. 1.59 ERA in 2 career starts at PNC Park. Musgrove being activated from the DL on his first day of eligibility. I think that Musgrove has the mental makeup to be a star pitcher. And, he threw 7 innings of shutout performance in his hometown in front of his family and friends. He wants to be the number 1 guy in Pittsburgh. He started out very, very well. Now he's dealing with a right index finger infection. I don't know exactly what to make of it, but I like this kid's mental makeup, and I think he's got what it takes. And I just want to hear what other people have to say about it.
I wasn't listening to anything you said because Mr. Gokser said, I've been thinking about artificial intelligence. Will I really live to see that, Pete? Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that during the All-Star break when there's not much else to talk about. Maybe we'll have some Q&As about things other than MLB. We can talk about that, Mr. Gokster 99. As you know, I follow most things in life, and that is one thing that I definitely follow and can comment on. All right, so Jimmy the Bag, what game do you want? What game were you just talking about?
I was talking about Musgrove.
Yes, Musgrove. Yes.
I was just saying that I think he has the mental makeup to be a top of the rotation pitcher.
Yeah, and the other thing is that his injury, it was a finger injury, but it was an infection, so it wasn't a blister or anything like that. And we saw that when he first came back from the DL in his last start, he had a good start.
He looked awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take. I don't think that he's going to go terribly deep here. So I'm going to take Washington on the second half. I did take Washington on the second half yesterday, got a winner on that one, and I'll take him again here. But yeah, Pittsburgh on the first 5 innings might be worth a shot.
Yeah,
Hellickson,
Scotty Rock is backing it. I trust Musgrove over Hellickson, especially first 5. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the Pirates first 5 money line. Unless it's too big of a favor, what is it?
No, Pirates money line. It should be about plus 100. Let me just check. All right, the second half I'm definitely going to take for Washington minus 135, and the first 5 money line for Pittsburgh will be minus 105. I'll check Pinnacle right now, but minus 105 is about what you're going to get here. We have minus 110 at Pinnacle. Okay, minus 105.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, minus 105. That's the current line at Heritage. So Jim will take Pittsburgh first 5 innings minus 105. I'm on Washington second half minus 135, and let me just quickly check. It definitely feels like Hellickson is not to be trusted at all. Pittsburgh, the team total is just 4, and the first 5 innings is just 2 minus 122. Hellickson is capable. We remember last year when he was so up and down, and when he was good, a 5-inning, 1-run start from him is entirely possible.
And he was doing it all through the beginning of this season as well.
Yes, he was, wasn't he? He?
So I'm going to just put 1 unit on it and take the Pirates and believe in Musgrove. But I could certainly understand why somebody would want to take an over with Hellickson. But I don't want to just take that 1 start. And even though I've been expecting him to fall off all year, I don't want to read too much into 1 start. So.
Call of Corleone says, Pete, roll up a blunt for the evening show. It enhances your handicapping. Okay, maybe I will. Call of Corleone. Maybe I should try that.
Yeah, you're not a... Oh, look, you know how it's done.
I'm taking KC as a big dog tonight. Shit, it just came to me. Shit just came to me.
There you go.
KC's going to win. Oh, shit. This shit is good. All right, let's see.
Corleone says Musgrove is ass cheeks, though, so he's not a believer.
I mean, Musgrove, listen, you remember when he first came back from the DL, I said that I was on him, and I saw some good signs. He can break down, though. So, all right, let's see.
I'm going to stay off this game unless I hear something that's illuminating Phillies Mets. I mean, 2 guys making their first big league starts. De Los Santos, I guess in this situation, I've seen a couple older guys like Gaviglio, as an example, come in later. Or Gaviglio's the young one. Sorry, who's the guy from Toronto? Gaviglio is a little older. But we've seen guys come in at 27, 28 and show a little bit more poise than the young guys coming in. Enyel De Los Santos, 22 years old, 9-3 with a 1.89 ERA, 1.08 WHIP. At Lehigh Valley.
Yeah, that game didn't have an overnight line, so I didn't look at it at all, but I will for the afternoon show.
He was set to start for the International League at the AAA All-Star game. So we have a 22-year-old stud against a 28-year-old Drew Gagnon, who shouldn't even really be there. Opened the season at AA, at 28 years old, opened the season at AA. Tossed 6 scoreless, moved up to AAA. 4.67 ERA in Vegas is not too bad. Anything under 5, they say, is fine in Vegas. Dave L.A. saying Santos has good numbers in the minors. This is a very tough spot. I was just wondering if anyone had anything that was a big deal here. If you have 2 pitchers making their MLB debut, do you trust the 22-year-old star coming up, or do you trust the 28-year-old who grinded his way into the start?
I don't know. It depends on the specific circumstances of both of them. I did not look into this one. I will for the afternoon show. No overnight line on this one. All right, can we move on, Jim?
For sure.
Let's move on to KC, Minnesota, because I did make a mistake on this one. I don't know if you caught it, Jim, but I tweeted out.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I tweeted out that I wanted to lock in under 9.5 at minus 120. The reason I did that was because at that time I saw that the market was headed down, and as I was betting the under, it was headed down. So I was like, shit. Well, I should probably lock this in. It has since gone strongly the other way. It's now up leaning juice to the over. I could have under 9.5 minus 101 right now at Pinnacle. So I got to shift shitty line there, and I don't like that. The line, as I was betting it, was heading down to the under, and then immediately after that, it started to go back to the over, and I would think that later line movement is probably the sharper line movement. Kennedy, obviously, we don't know what we're going to get from him. Sleggers, both these starting pitchers can get hit, but both these offenses can be held down. Sleggers has had two nice, decent starts so far, and I took a shot with the under, but now I'm thinking that I might be on the wrong side. But that, I have to go with it. An official play under 9.5 minus 120, and I was thinking also maybe just Minnesota again, that KC really is that bad. What do you think?
Well, Alonzo Shivers and Red Girl back-to-back think so. Minnesota run line.
Minnesota run, yeah.
Game time 85 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in. Royals have lost 10 straight. Twins have won 5 straight. Kennedy first starts and suffering an oblique injury. That's tough. 1-8 this year, 5.11 ERA, 1.42 WHIP. Last start, it happened on July 1st against Seattle. He allowed 3 runs on 3 hits, including a pair of home runs in 5 innings. Wasn't terrible. He has 1 win. That was back April 17th. Sleggers looks good. Held the Orioles to run. I mean, I know they're hitting poorly. 5th round pick in 2013, a 3.55 ERA and 14 starts at AAA Rochester. Royals are hitting .237 with a 655 OPS versus righties. They're just a bad baseball team.
Yeah, they really are. I was thinking
Trenton Claxton as well. Sorry to interrupt. Just Minnesota run line.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about Minnesota run line. I was thinking about Minnesota maybe on the second half at minus 120, and it appears that I'm on the wrong side of this one. If I'm on the wrong side of it, that probably means, if it goes over, I have to assume that means that Minnesota gets the win. Although, along with the line move in favor of the over is a pretty significant line move in favor of KC.
That's what Nova Sports Network says here. He says, careful, fading the Royals tonight.
So somebody else was smoking the same fake shit that I was just smoking myself when I said I was thinking about KC, because someone with a little bit of clout.
Indian Cowboys joined us.
Oh shit!
Wow, he says Royals might show up with their bats today.
Yes,
which is why the over is going up. Royals match up well against Sleggers.
Wow, damn it! All right, okay,
wow.
All right. That's great to have you here, Indian Cowboy. Not great to hear you give an opinion that goes on the opposite of what I already bet.
Alonzo Shiver says, don't be scared, Pete.
Don't be scared, Pete. Of what? Of the bet that I already made, which is probably wrong, or taking Minnesota? I don't know, man. I mean, at some point, KC's, it's probably a bad move to try to time a win by KC, but maybe the market is certainly saying that, yeah. Tosana says Kennedy is just that bad. Nick Dial says Kennedy is trash, too. All right, I think my under was probably a bad play. Nick Dial says KC is really that bad. Yes. Alonzo Shivers, Twins run line, low-hanging fruit. Wow.
Kevin K says, Indian Cowboy on the Royals make my day. What a treat. What an honor it is that we have these guys join us.
Huge honor to have Indian Cowboy giving his opinions there, although once again, I wish he was giving me opinions that I had first and bet into. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? Very, very happy to have you here. It's just you got to confront reality.
Oh, but Indian Cowboy is not on the Royals.
Oh, okay.
He's on the over.
Yeah. Great. That's even worse because I didn't bet Minnesota. I did grab Indian Cowboy. I grabbed the under 9.5 at minus 120. Got a shitty line and a bad play and a shitty line on top of it. Unbelievable. All right. That Fire TV says Casey's going to put up 5 runs tops. Let me see. Mr. Gokser says, Pete, easy on the language, LOL. You're live at my store. Was I using blue language?
No, I didn't.
I don't use too much blue language.
No.
Once in a while I do, but it's usually appropriate. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's see. What do we have here? What do we have going on here?
The Coors Field fade is one of those spots that only happens a handful of times where you get to choose who you're going to back on the reverse run line. And not easy.
Yeah.
Not easy. First off, Indian Cowboy says, love this show, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. And again, it's just like when I feel like I made a bad bet, there's very little that can pull me out of my my temporary 15-second doldrums. But shout out to Indian Cowboy. Thank you so much for the comments, and of course the invaluable handicapping insights that you give in the comment section. Huge shout out to Indian Cowboy. All right.
This crazy thing is first time in a long time Twins game has had a total of 9.5 as well.
Yeah, and it's headed up, and that should tell you something right there. I mean, looking at the starting pitchers, just like Kennedy, Kennedy at times he's dog shit. It's just that at times he can be okay against weaker lineups, and I guess Slaggers is due for some major wildness, which might happen here. I mean, Slaggers did have control issues in the minors, which have not popped up yet in the majors, but if and when that does, it'll be ugly against any major league lineup, and maybe that's what people are expecting here, that he's overperformed a little bit in his first 2 starts, and if he comes in and has one of those starts where he has 7 walks, it'll be ugly against anyone, even KC or Baltimore or anyone or San Diego. So maybe that's what's going to happen here, and we, of course, will go over this all again in the evening show. Let's see, what else
I would like to talk Diamondbacks, Rockies. Tolmer says I'm on Arizona. Yeah. This lineup is much better against lefties with Pollock back and hitting. Anderson's off 2 straight 8-inning starts where he allowed no runs. Both pitchers are in good form. Game time temp 97 Fahrenheit. This ball will be flying, but the wind is blowing sideways. Rockies have won 8 of 10. Diamondbacks coming off a disappointing 3-7 homestand. Diamondbacks have won 5 of 6 over the Rockies this year. Corbin has allowed just 2 earned runs in his last 3 starts over 19 innings, and going up against a guy in Anderson who hasn't allowed to run in his last 16 innings. Corbin beat them at Chase Field on opening day. Anderson, man, looking good. 2-0 record, but with a 6.67 ERA in 7 games, 5 starts against Arizona. They both hit lefties hard, and Diamondbacks never used to. But now they're 252 with a 762 OPS versus lefties.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking overs here. I was thinking about taking the first 5 innings over and the full game over. But the first 5 innings over is just 6, and that's usually reserved for more of the pig-like starting pitchers that you see at Coors. I mean, Corbin might be a little bit overvalued right now, but he's still been excellent. Anderson might be a little bit overvalued in this spot, but he's still been excellent. So, I was definitely thinking about the first 5 innings over. I was hoping to get 5, but now it's 6, 5 or 5.5. It's 6. I was thinking about Arizona on the second half, maybe. Colorado first 5 innings, team total over, maybe for Corbin to get hit a little bit. I'm going to pass on it for now. I'm going to check and see the line movements are, and we'll revisit this one in the afternoon show as well.
Definitely.
All right, let's move on to St. Louis and the White Sox. It is Dylan Covey day. Jim and I both faded Dylan Covey in his last start, and we had cashes with that one. Now he's going up against Mikolas and St. Louis, and I'm thinking once again, why not maybe take St. Louis -1? I was thinking about St. Louis first 5 innings and thinking about St. Louis on the team total overs as well. Why not fade Covey one more time? What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm curious to hear what lines that you would get. Game time temp 75 Fahrenheit, wind blowing sideways at 8 miles. It goes down to barely anything by the end of the game. White Sox have lost 5 straight. Cards are 4-3 on their current road trip. This is a big, very, very important road trip, whether or not they're going to make a run at the division. Mikolas continues to pitch well.
Yes.
Now, his road ERA is 3.62. That's almost 2 runs higher than his home ERA. Mm-hmm. He's undefeated on the road, but a high ERA. Covey 3-4, 5.54. Covey, 5.54 ERA, 1.59 WHIP. 0-3 with a 13.20 ERA in his last 4 starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting that the market has St. Louis at about -160 overall on the full game. On the first half innings, it's all the way up to -190 at Heritage, 180 at bookmakers. So the market definitely.
Kobe says Yadier Molina is questionable tonight. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is a play where we should wait till the lineups are announced to get a better line.
Thank you so much, Kobe Valentine. Yes, it does feel a little trappy here, right? Mikolas obviously has been great. Covey obviously has been bad start in and start out. St. Louis, is it a no-brainer play or a trap? It's a fat, road favorite line here for St. Louis. I could easily see this one being a trap. I could easily see myself tripling up on this one and hemorrhaging another 3.25 units on this one, Jim. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting spot. I understand why we'd want to fade Covey, but we need to give another shout out to Mr. Gokster. Mm-hmm. He says, y'all are the best. People are asking what this show's called. He's sending them our way. He works at a sports store.
Does he really?
That's where we are live right now in the sports store. Yeah, like hats and memorabilia. And,
really?
Yeah, man.
I thought everything was online nowadays.
Nah, man. No? Belleville, Ontario. I'm gonna go check it out, man, next time I'm in
Belleville.
Ontario.
That sounds like such a great place. You know what I would love to do? I would just like to just move to some town in Canada and just have a nice little job and just go on Canadian Tinder or whatever, get myself some kind of big boned Canadian girlfriend with Canadian citizenship, you know what I'm saying, health care, you know what I'm saying, nice little car, snow, I'll buy some coats or whatever the hell they have up there.
Coats, that's what we call them,
and just live up there, man. I would love to do that. Belleville, is that a small town?
It is.
Oh man,
it's not small,
awesome.
not too small.
Right.
It's a nice size.
And if you want to, you can take a trip to Montreal or Toronto easily.
Yeah,
right?
you're like almost in the middle of like Ottawa and Toronto.
Oh, God, I would love life like that. I would love a life like that. If I could get citizenship, maybe he would hire me at the store. Maybe
I'm
he would
sure
hire
he
me
would.
at the store.
I'm sure he would. If we'll see him in Vegas at IFBC. Bring your
I'd be a
resume.
good salesman. Yes, I'd be a good salesman. I'd sell the shit out of that memorabilia. I would sell the shit out of that memorabilia.
So a couple notes. Lathrop's talking about says Corbin hard hit rate 42.6 against righties, 41.8 against lefties. Doesn't throw hard either. Going to get barreled up. And Indian Cowboy agrees. Says he doesn't throw hard either. So he's getting barreled up. This is right. Corbin probably gets hit.
Yeah, I was thinking it's a good spot to fade Corbin here. Yes, I definitely was. Let me see.
And that's what Lathrop's on. He's on the Rockies -1.5.
I was thinking Rockies was the play initially, although I don't like the fact that Kobe loves Arizona here and that the line has moved significantly in their favor. But I was thinking in general it was a spot to fade Corbin. I was thinking about the first 5 innings, team total over. Let me see what that would be. If it would be 3 or 2.5. Let me just search for it. 2.5 -124. Man, that is tempting. 2.5 -124 on the first 5 innings team total over here, and let me see what the full game would be. I'm guessing it would be if there's a 5 here. Let me see if there's a 5.
Are they
here
hanging
for Colorado.
2.5s on each pitcher?
Yes, 5.5 +114 on the full game. Let me see what Heritage has here. Heritage for Colorado has where is it? Where is it? Come on, where is it? It's a 5 -125. How good is Corbin going to be here? Is he going to get hit or not? Is Corbin going to get hit?
Both pitchers have been pitching very well, but
Yes.
this seems like a spot where they could each get touched. No doubt about it. Kevin K giving Covey's, Sierra, numbers, and they're bad. Covey's another guy who seems very, very vulnerable,
Yes.
but is pitching terrible. So it's a little different. I can understand those plays without a doubt. I can.
Yeah,
Understand
the first
those
5 innings is 2.5 for both of them. -120 for Arizona, 125 for Colorado. I'd also be leaning Colorado first 5 innings, but maybe I'm just wrong for fading Corbin. Who said they want to fade Corbin and why?
Who fading Corbin? Lathrop is fading Corbin, and both he was backed up on the reason why Corbin is going to who's likely to get hit was Indian Cowboy, 2 guys that you want to be on the same side.
Yes. All right, and that's what I was thinking as well. All right, I'm gonna take it. Colorado first 5 innings team total over 2.5 -124. I'm also thinking about Colorado first 5 innings. I'm thinking about Arizona on the second half, and thinking about Colorado on the full game team total over as well. It's just 5 -125. Let me find the Arizona second half line here, which I think I'm also liking. Yeah, -112 at Bookmaker. Let me see what Heritage has here. Arizona second half. Let me find that one. It's a -110. All right, I'll take Arizona on the second half as well. Arizona second half money line -110. That's the current line at Heritage. And the first 5 innings, Colorado team total over -124. Also leading Colorado on the full game team total over at 5 -125 at Heritage. And also thinking about Colorado on the first 5 innings money line. All right, Jim, what else do you want to discuss here?
Just another note on that game. Indian Cowboys saying Anderson gave up 7 runs in 3 innings in his first start against Arizona. He did not look good. It was the first start of the year, I believe. And he says he has revenge too.
Yeah, and he's added a cutter to his repertoire, so he's there's reason for his recent success. Although when guys add pitches, a lot of times, I expect 2 or 3 good games from them, and then for them to regress. And he already has had 2 good games, so I could see Arizona hitting him here. But all right, let's see.
Back to this Cardinals White Sox spot. You were leaning towards taking Cardinals team total overs.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And the Cardinals?
Except it's a huge favorite, and I'm not sure I want to triple or quadruple up on this.
What
one
sort
with
of
my
team
current
total
reads.
overs would you get?
2.5 on the first 5 innings, standard. Full game would be like 5.
I think that sounds very appealing.
Yeah. All right, Jim. We want to keep a brisk pace here. You want to make any picks on those games?
Yes, I think those team total overs sound very appealing.
You can wait
so
until
it's
the afternoon show, though.
2.5 first 5,
and 5 on the full game. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna wait, but I'm leaning towards it.
All right, let's move on to another game. What else? Well, let's talk about the Milwaukee-Miami game. Once again, a bit of a high total. Yesterday, the total got bet up, and Jim and I were still liking the under, and the under did cash. Now we have this guy Pablo Lopez pitching for Miami, a high upside from him, although his last start was not that great. And Chassin has been not outstanding, but pretty reliable for Milwaukee. Not much line movement on this game, and I was thinking once again shots with unders here. What do you think, Jim? maybe.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I was studying Pablo Lopez, and he seems like he's just going to be an average pitcher. He's not a guy coming in with a lot of hope for a top of the rotation guy. Chacin has looked much better after that blow up to St. Louis after he allowed 8 earned runs. Lopez, though, looked good in his major league debut against a very light hitting Mets team. And then, a team that strikes out too much, and he had 10 swing and miss strikes. Then his second start, was given that 9-0 lead and did not look good. Fastballs at 92 miles per hour. Seems like he's just he's just an average pitcher.
Okay.
I don't have he's not somebody I fear fading by any means.
Okay. Well, I did take the second half under was a lean for me yesterday. I didn't wind up taking it, and it lost in extra innings. But I'm going to take the second half under again here. Second half under 3.5 minus 120. Even though Miami's bullpen in general is crappy, and Milwaukee's bullpen was not good yesterday. I'll take this one here. Second half under 3.5 minus 120. That's an official play. Not sure what I want to do with the full game yet. Let's keep a brisk pace. We do want to get to WNBA and of course the soccer game coming up. Anything else you want to lock in, Jim?
No, not at this point.
Not at this point. Okay.
No, although Boyd does not look good.
Yeah.
He does not look good, and we know the Rays are hitting lefties hard, or I shouldn't say not too hard, 255 with a 735 OPS, but the Tigers just have a difficult time with righties, 239, 672 OPS. I know that they used 9 pitchers, I believe, last night. Where the numbers? They used 9 pitchers yesterday, but of the 8 relievers, they all can go today. Yarbrough didn't go yesterday. He's ready to go. So it's not as usually. I'm trying to find the right time to fade Tampa Bay when I think that their bullpen is tired and beaten up. But I don't see this as necessarily being the time. Stanek did allow a run yesterday. He faced 2 batters, 9 pitches, and allowed to run. But he's not allowed to run anytime he started. He started at 8 times, throwing 11 2/3 innings, just allowed 5 hits. Boyd's coming off a rough start. In his last 4 starts, he's given up 20 earned runs in 17 innings. He pitched well against the Rays earlier this season, but something's different with him. He doesn't look strong. Red Girls on Tampa Bay under. Tomor, back to that last game, says I think Chacin will continue to regress.
Okay.
I don't you think the Rays is a really nice spot here?
The Rays. Who is starting for the Rays?
Stanek. It's just another
Stanek.
bullpen day.
Yes, another bullpen day. It could be, yes, Boyd, this might be a carbon copy of yesterday. Boyd, another lefty who's looking way more vulnerable even than Liriano was looking yesterday. And the Tampa Bay bullpen situation, I'm going to look into this game a little bit more. We do have some comments that are, go ahead.
Yeah, Lathrop's backing it again, saying, wow, what a gem, St. Louis first 5-team total over. It was, I believe, Kevy K was also, I think the Cards can rack up some runs tonight. I've seen enough. I'm going to double up on the team totals there. I'm going to double up on the first 5 and the full game.
On which one?
The Cardinals against
game.
Covey.
Yes. I was just also saying Anil Frank says, my White Sox are awful against ground ball pitchers. And, of course, that is what Mikolas is. So maybe, but Justin Paul says White Sox -1, taking alternative run line there. All right, so you want those team totals? Or what do you want?
I don't know about the 5 full game, but I do find that first 5 very appealing.
Okay.
Now, when we faded him last time, I was very nervous about it. Covey rolled through that lineup once, and then got destroyed that second time.
Listen, as I said, when Covey did well in the minors before his call up, and I did say that I was expecting good starts from him in the majors, and to start, that did happen, but then he started to break down again and had some injury issues. Then he went on the DL, and then when he came back, everything fell apart. But he did well in the minors recently, and when he came up, I was actually thinking that he was gonna do well, and he did. And I actually bet on him a few times, and or maybe it was just once, I don't remember, but I did have success with it. But obviously, he's a guy where if one thing starts to go off, everything collapses. So Yeah.
Alonzo Shiver saying Jimmy take the under 2.
Okay.
Under as well. He means. You know what? At first, I'm just going to take the team total first 5 over. That's all I'm going to lock in.
For St. Louis.
Yes.
All right, that'll be 2.5 minus 118. So Jim's going to take St. Louis first 5 innings team total over 2.5 minus 118. First 5 innings team total over 2.5 minus 118. All right, should we move on, Jim? Anything else we want to get to?
I'm very close to taking Tampa, but I guess I'll wait. Also, the Quintana Cueto start.
Yes, the late games I did not look at. Go ahead.
The Quintana Cueto start seems very interesting. Again, the wind's blowing strong out, but it's San Francisco and it swirls and it's messed up. Quintana's always struggled with the Giants in his career, 5.82 ERA. Got off to a shaky start last against St. Louis. the disabled list spot. Yeah, 4 runs in the first inning, settled down, limited the Cardinals, made 25 career starts against the Cubs. Cueto has, and has always pitched well. The Giants are just hitting 237 with a 685 OPS versus lefties. This feels like anytime you go into San Francisco, it's a chance to get your confidence back, as we saw yesterday with Kyle Hendricks. And then the Leak play against Richards, I feel like Leak's going to get touched. So the first thing I would like to do is I would like to take the Angels' first 5 team total over.
Okay, Angels first 5 team total over. Where is this?
Luis Valbueno 12 for 28 against him. Upton 10 for 26. Trout 7 for 14. Pujols 7 for 19. Simmons 9 for 24. Upton, Trout, Simmons have all homered off him. I'm not sure about Richards, but I am sure that Leak can get hit.
Okay, first 5 innings, team total over 2.5 minus 102. 2.5 minus 102. That's the line there. And what else would you like to lock in, Jim? Because we do want to get to WNBA and soccer.
I think I'm pretty comfortable here. You haven't broken down the Rich Hill, Eric Lauer start, so I'm going to take a little time. Lauer's obviously pitching better right now, but I'm going to take a little bit of time with that. So I like it. I like where I'm at, and I will continue working on this card and have more plays for the afternoon.
All right, shout out. Comic Ricky says you guys are rocking it today. No surprise. Shout out to Comic Ricky. Not surprised that we're rocking it. Hell yeah. He knows the deal. He knows what time it is, Comic Ricky. All right, that's it for MLB. Let's review the picks. Jimmy the Bag has Boston run line plus 110. Pittsburgh first half minus 105. St. Louis first 5 innings, team total over 2.5. And Angels first 5 innings, team total over 2.5. The picks that I gave, Washington second half money line minus 135. KC, Minnesota under 9.5. I tweeted out minus 120. That's a shitty line, and that one is looking like it's going to be a loser. Don't tail that one. Yankees second half money line. I took that one. Colorado first 5 innings, team total over 2.5. I took that one. Miami second half under 3.5 minus 120, and Arizona second half money line. I took that one as well. Again, my read on these MLB teams right now is a little bit shaky, so I might have a relatively modest card today, but we'll review all the plays and all the line movements once again at 6 o'clock Eastern time right here. All right, so let's
move to basketball.
Yeah, let's
because
move to
King
WNBA.
Rail has just joined us.
Oh, shout out to King Rail.
He's got his summer league spot.
Excellent.
Memphis minus 3.
Okay.
He's got WNBA Storm minus 3. I will be on that as well.
Wait, I'm writing this shit down.
Sure.
Memphis
league.
minus 3. What else?
WNBA Storm minus 3. I will be on that as well.
Okay.
And Aces first half plus 130. Says lean, but I play my leans. And Jimmy Malone has joined us. Red Sox always win after that dumpster fire. David Price gets crushed. Yes, I think King's got me sold on the Seattle Storm. I have jumped on them, and it's been great. And I also took them to win the championship. I would like to lock that in as an official pick on the show, and I'll give that in a second. But Storm have won 5 straight games. Top of WNBA standings. They're 13-1 with Bird, Lloyd, Brianna Stewart, Alicia Clark, and Natasha Howard all together on the starting lineup. Stewart leads the WNBA in scoring at 22.4 points per game. She says they just continue to gain chemistry. Sue Bird scored 21 points. Now she's the franchise career scoring leader. There's just a good vibe going on over there. Sparks I've lost 3 straight, coming off an 83-74 home loss Saturday to Washington. I think that this is probably a bounce-back spot for them. They have to step up. They've league best 76.8 points per game they allow, and they allowed 53 to the Mystics in the second half last game. Storm are averaging 87.5. They better be ready to play. In saying all that, I think and knowing that King Rail's on it, it gives me even more excitement to take them. But I'm on Seattle Storm full game.
All right, you want to make this an official pick? Jim's going to take the Storm, and that will be up -3, -103 at Bookmaker right now is the best line. Yeah, I mean, LA lost 5 of 6 straight up. Not sure where that came from, and Seattle obviously is rocking and rolling here. I'm looking at the total here and wondering if once again this will be a game where the Sparks let down defensively. Is this game going to go over? Seattle likes to run it and push it, as we know. Sparks normally are a defense-oriented team, but that has there's been some major chinks in their armor showing recently. Any comments on any opinions on the total here that are coming in?
Not yet. Let me see.
Yep, Red Girl says Seattle under there, 8-10 head-to-head. I assume she's talking about the total here. Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if the under does have if the Sparks do come in here and try to right the ship.
Vigorously.
Yes.
I think that's a very good play. What is the number you'd be getting? What's the line movement?
Well,
be?
it's about a 161. The total is about 161. No line movement at all as of now. And interestingly, the first half total is significantly lower than the full game total. The first half total is 78, and then maybe headed down a little bit. Although Bet365 and BetMania still hanging higher numbers. But yeah. So the total is 161. First half total is about 78.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that under might be a really great play because the Sparks have to send a message.
And here we go. Indian Cowboy Aces game going over. That's what I was thinking as well. Vegas has revenge. Small line. Active dog pushes it over. And Chicago shoots better at home. Yes, I was thinking as well that for the two late games, I'm not going to make official decisions on until the evening show. But I was definitely leaning over in the Aces game and over in the Dallas game as well. The Storm game has me confused. I'm not exactly sure what condition LA is in right now. Either what would be expected from them against the spread or as far as the total is concerned. Jimmy and King Rail, though, not in doubt on this one. They're both taking the Storm -3 and also Memphis -3 in the Summer League. I might tail the hell out of
King
that one.
Rail's
Why
on
not?
the first half under 78.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. That's what
Wow.
now is he yeah. Is he just saying that because I said it or that?
No, he says I'm on first half under 78.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
So
too.
do you like the first half under that much more than the full game under?
No, I kind of like both of them, but it's just OT is not out of the question.
You're
and
right.
also, if the Sparks start to wear down, then Seattle will run it up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Seattle does well. I mean, I could even see. I think it's pretty telling that King Rail and others are not on Seattle first half. Maybe the Sparks would be a sneaky play in the first half, and then Seattle runs up the score in the second half.
Wow.
Could see that happening. I was thinking first half under. Yes, I was thinking that as well, and full game under actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm just going to put a note here and keep thinking about it. But are you worried that this Aces Sky total is going to keep climbing because it's going up?
Yes, very, very. I am worried about it. Yes, definitely.
So is that something you think that we should lock in now if that's going to be the play?
Yeah. I mean, it's 175.5. I don't know how much higher it can go, but no, I don't think it'll get that much higher. It might be 176 or just a little bit higher, but yeah, I am concerned that it'll keep getting bet up. All right, so Jimmy the Bag has given one official pick: Storm -3, -103. King Rail likes that one. King Rail likes Memphis -3. Follow King Rail on Twitter at King Rail 2. The guy friggin' kills WNBA and NBA Summer League. He's also liking Memphis
Wow,
-3.
Indian Cowboys on that as well.
Which one?
First half under 78. Well, King Rail's on it. Indian Cowboys on it. Your lean is towards it. That's enough for me.
Yes,
Give it to me.
absolutely.
Give it to me.
Which one?
First half under.
Oh, you want that one? I'm not necessarily on it. I
on
haven't bet that one yet. I'm just thinking
I'm going
about
to bet
it. You
it.
want it? You
Yeah,
want it?
yeah.
All right, so let's see. We're doing line shopping here at SBRodds.com. Free line shopping service. And if you're going to take the under, we could give you 78.5 -115. That's the line right now at BetMania, so we'll give you a little bit of a better line there. Storm, first half under 78.5 -115. Unless you want 78
Also, I want
-110.
an official play locked in. My official play: Seattle Storm plus 550 to win the WNBA championship.
Okay, Seattle plus 550 to win the championship. There you go. Championship. Okay, all right. Let's see. What do we have here? Other comments here coming in. Antonio Jones says, I see Loshak and Bag, a unholy alliance. Instant cash with these guys. Unholy. Hell yeah. I see Loshak, Bag, King Rail in the entire chat comment section. That is just a demonic alliance there, Jim. Cash with that alliance. How about that?
Young Vaughn on the Storm. Mali Mal on the Storm. Love it.
All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Other comments coming in. Deion Davis likes the under in the Aces game.
Really?
Yes, that's interesting.
Oh, Aces money line and under. Wow.
All right, so I guess that's it. Let's move on, Jim.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. Now we've got just one World Cup game coming up today, and of course, we discussed this with Natalie Rives from yesterday. It was a pretty good show, I thought, yesterday in the afternoon.
It was
right?
fun, yeah.
Natalie taught me a British hooligan soccer song, which I sang on camera. I thought that was a pretty nice little couple of seconds
It was a nice
content,
ditty. It was
right?
a nice and dangling carrot.
Yes, absolutely. Natalie also said dangling carrot about 2 or 3 times in the video, and she taught me a British hooligan soccer song that they wrote specifically for the World Cup. Belgium and France, there was a lot of back and forth on this one, but Alex likes the over. Natalie liked the over. I took the over. Jimmy the Bag took the over. Jimmy the Bag took both teams to score, and I took that one as well, I believe, as an official play. And I also took France, even though a lot of people are liking Belgium here. I took the favorites. There were people in the comment section yesterday saying that predicting a final of of France and England is a trap. But that's what I did. I took both France and England to win in regulation, to win on the three-way. So that if both dog lines, so if just one of them wins, I'll be fine. Hopefully both of them will win. But I am on France today. I'm on the over. I'm on both teams to score, and Jim is on the over and both teams to score as well. Anything you want to add, Jim?
No. I've found this very difficult. I'm even a little uncomfortable that every single person is on the over. France is what? They've only allowed 4 goals.
Sure.
Just from us being in these situations with the chat, they don't always go as expected. So and this has been a tough World Cup. So
yeah,
I'm going to keep it like this. One thing just about the WNBA is King, who says Sparks are a championship team. Let's not forget they know this is a big game and they can handle the pressure. That's why the line is so small.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not so quick to bet against them in a game like this, but I'm off it. I'm off the side. I mean, the Sparks, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure what to expect from the Sparks here, but either from the side or the total. They've lost 5 of 6 straight up, but they're still the Sparks,
I think they're going to be there defensively. I like that first half under. I really like hearing everybody's analysis, and that's what I've been told. We didn't put up our WNBA record though, and it's but whatever.
Yeah, we can throw it up.
It's all good.
We can throw it up. Johan, you got even though we're in the soccer segment, we can throw it up. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm up a few units. I've had some ups and downs, but I'm up overall. Jimmy the Bag, he's had some ups and downs. It's not so bad. All right, so anyway, I'm going to check the lines right now. Again, I took the over. I took both teams to score, and I took France to win on the three-way as a small dog line, and Jim took the over. Jim took both teams to score. When we got it at Heritage, it was plus 112. We actually could have gotten a little bit of a better line at Pinnacle, but since I quoted the Heritage line, we'll take that one. And recent line movement is towards the under.
Yeah.
Is towards the under. Market line move. Late market line move favoring the under. Not a great sign. Although it does feel like, look, we like the over in the Belgium in the Brazil game, right? Same situation, same type of line, and that one went over.
We were sort of fortunate, I felt, for that
to
go over. Yeah. Nova Sports Network says top play. Belgium team total over.
Yeah, I was thinking about team totals as well. The Belgium team total is 1 minus 125 to the over, and the France team total is 1 minus 170 to the over. I've gotten burned with some of these team totals though, so taking teams I thought were gonna have decent games, at over 1 or 1.5, and lost with them.
And so, I only bet a half unit on each of these. I don't feel like an expert in this at all. So and it's different. It's not different. I just with WNBA, we have experts that we hang with, and WA's been going sort of according to form.
Sure.
This World Cup, if you ask anybody, it's not been going according to form. And
I mean, also it's a lot tougher when you're handicapping a sport where the scoring is so low. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's because it's a lot tougher. It's a lot tougher to eyeball the value of 1 point when there's only 3 points scored in the whole game, as opposed to eyeballing the value of a few points when there's 200 points scored in a game. It's just a different handicapping field.
Ricardo Ramirez, correct score: France 2, Belgium 2, plus 1,300.
Okay, that
Scotty
would be okay.
Rock first half draw.
Mm-hmm.
What's that pay?
The first half draw. I'm assuming that is probably close to even money. Let me just check where that is right now. Yeah, I could see that one having some value. Plus 108 right now at Pinnacle.
Wow.
Anyone who likes to bet those which half will score more. I'm not exactly sure what the odds are right now for second half to be higher scoring than the first half, but I think that's probably a great bet. You have that at Bet365.
I'll check right now.
Second half higher scoring than the first half. That's probably a very good bet, and I would definitely bet that if that was anything 150 or lower. Do you happen to have that one, Jim? I'm very curious to see what that one is, because I'm overall in the World Cup down 6 units, but I'm hoping that if France wins this one on the 3-way and the game goes over, I'll be pushing -2 units, and I might be able to get even on this one before all is said and done. What's the second half being higher scoring than the first half, Jim? If you don't mind, if you can find it. I know there's a million friggin' prop bets on this shit.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Half with most goals. Sorry, yes, I have it right here. First half plus 220. Second half plus 105. And tie plus 240.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I want to take plus 105 because the draw is entirely. Oh, right. Oh, the tie of the 2 goal. A tie is plus 105, huh?
No, a tie is plus 240.
Tie is plus 240, and the second half is plus 105. The second half is plus 105, huh? Plus 105. The second half is plus 105.
Yes. Half with most goals. Second half plus 105.
Are there any odds with just a draw without
no,
a 3-way like that?
It's a 3-way, and that's it here.
All right, I'm going to stay off that one. Because it could be high scoring early. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised. And if it's modest scoring early, then
I would be surprised if it's high scoring early. France is a tough team. If you judge what's happened so far in this tournament, they're a tough team to score on.
All right, so let's just read the comments and then we'll wrap this shit up. Desi Latham says this game is going draw. Jive Man says both teams to score seems legit. That's what I think. We're on it. Q Peso says I'm off a side but gonna take the over. We're definitely on that one. Although the market move recently has been to the under. Interesting, the market made that move.
Tomor has Belgium to win in regulation and Belgium to win draw.
That's not good.
Oh no, sorry. Belgium to win in regulation at plus 210 and Belgium to win draw no bet at plus 120. So he's getting plus 210 in regulation and plus 120.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's heavy on Belgium.
Okay, Red Girl says, everybody's taking the over. I kind of want to go against it. Well, Red Girl, everyone in this chat is taking the over, but worldwide, more people are taking the under.
But Indian Cowboy said the same thing. Said, quoted me saying, I'm uncomfortable every single person on the over, and said, yes, Jim, was thinking the same thing. You know, it's funny that the market's going under because I've not heard anybody say that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So what you have is basically a huge mass of people thinking they know what they're talking about, liking the over, but unnamed people in the market betting big money on the under. Who's more likely to be right here, Jim?
The unnamed people in the market. Man.
I don't know. Listen, I bet the over, and I bet both teams to score. Just small plays, but I think it's again, I felt the same way about the Brazil game. That one went over, and you said we got lucky on that one, though. Why is that?
Fortunate.
Yeah, fortunate.
There, a very late goal.
Yeah.
By Brazil. Also, it was an own goal. The first goal went in off a Brazil defender's shoulder. So it was fortunate.
Okay, here you go. Kevy K says, I get these keepers are world class, but it's going to be a shootout. At least bet over on the corners. Okay, all right. Gary Avery says, pressure is on France. They will mail it in. Interesting. I wonder why he would say that. Why would they mail it in? It's the friggin' World Cup semifinal.
He just my guess is he doesn't believe in the French
right,
as a people.
All right, so Tomarino is on Belgium. Everyone's liking the over here, but some people, including Red Girl and Indian Cowboy, concerned about that. We'll see how it happens. We'll see how it turns out. The game goes off in less than an hour. Any final words before we wrap this up, Jim?
Just thank you guys. Thank you. It was a treat also to have Lathrop and Indian Cowboy on our show. What a treat. And with all the incredible cappers on our chat, this is just a great group. I came in with a plan, and it's been working, not making bets before I come in, hearing what you guys have to say, and then making decisions. And I've got a lot of work to do on this baseball card still, so I'm looking forward to the afternoon.
All right,
show.
We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We love you all. Shout out to everyone. We'll see you at 6.